Good morning, friends. I'm happy to welcome you back again to this channel. We are going to look into Euro USD, and we'll be looking at structures and how structure can change, modification along the way, and what we will need to do. We need to understand what the structure is presenting and where it's modified for us to know how to navigate. And that is what can make you a successful trader. Now, you may understand the direction of the trade on the long time, but at the point you need to make entries and exits, that is where what is most important here, which I want us to pay attention to. Now, this is monthly chart, and I've talked about this chart so much, and we have said on the cycle, it is a bigger cycle, that this is wave 1 and this is wave 2, and we believe from here, we have said it, you can watch some of my videos I did in the past. This monthly cycle, so we are starting and we're scaling down to the lower time frame. Probably we're going to start from the monthly down to the 1 hour time frame. Now, we said that this is wave 1, and in between here is wave 2. Pretty much wave 1 ended here. To start with 2, the A, B, and the C. And if you want to plot, the low here can be taken as the end of wave 1, and here is the end of wave 2, which is the highest here. So now we have wave 3 commencing from here, and this can be the first wave of wave 3 and the second wave of wave 3 down to where we have at this level. And this pretty much had finished wave 3, the whole of wave 3, all the corrections that we saw here before we had wave 4. And we have said a couple of things also, that wave 4 could have been A of wave 4, B of wave 4, and a C of wave 4, and that we are seeing the internal structure of wave 5 unfolding, that probably we have not ended. That is pretty much what we have said. Now, in terms of correction that we are seeing now, we are saying that this also could be a wave 4 in its entirety, and that wave 5 is now what we are seeing as wave 1 of 5, a 2 of 5, a 3 of 5, and will this be a 4 of 5? So, but the structure that is unfolding here is such of a correction, which is going to be an ABC correction. So in a bigger cycle, we might see this one throwing itself. Let me use something for us to really understand what I'm trying to say. In the bigger cycle, we might say this is like an A. Just, I want you to really understand what I'm trying to say here. Your understanding is needed for you to trade and to know where trade is going. So when you know that, then it's pretty much good for you. So we are trying to say that this is A, which has ended. We are doing a B leg, and we are going to see a C leg. And after a C leg is done, so what we are saying in essence is this. So if I may use black, we are saying this be a B leg in the black, and that we are going to see a C leg that is of equal distance, so in the black. So that is what we are saying on this monthly cycle. That is what we are saying. But it's not going to just be like that. We expect that this B leg also is going to be in a three-way fashion. So what we are saying is that that B leg also is going to run like A. Like A, if I may use a purple for this one, is that distinct enough? Or should I use a red? Let me use a red for it to be distinct enough. So it's going to run A. It's going to run a B. And it's also going to run a C to finish that. So if you're going to now put that into it, we are saying that it's going to run like this. Here's an A. It's going to run a B. So your understanding of how this structure forms and what we expect at what point is what is that is you need now. And a C. And this will be more apparent on the weekly and the daily time frame. So that will be more apparent. So on the super cycle or a bigger cycle or monthly time frame, we have a what? An A, B, C. But this B leg, we are done with this A leg. Now this B leg also is going to run like what? A, B, and a C. And I believe so much that right now, we may likely be seeing this B of this, the inside of this B leg, we may have ended the A, and most likely we are going to see a B of this. So in our attempt to see a B of this is also going to run in 3 leg. So that I want you to really understand the way waveform counts goes. So which means that we are expecting this also to run like this. To run like this. I really want us to really understand how wave counts is. And to finish a C. So, and this would also now look like this. In A, a B, you will need to watch this video over and over for you to really understand the concept of this, the wave, and how price moves. And a C. And a C to finish up this B. So this A, forget about my drawing, you know, what you need is the idea, because the levels is not this, you know, don't think that I'm giving you the levels now. I'm not giving you the levels. I'm just giving you the pattern by drawing this one. So you imagine these ran in 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this correction is going to be 3 waves, and this also is going to be in 5 waves. That is what I can tell you for free, because this one did 5, and this is running 3 waves. This is also going to run in a 3 wave, and the leg here is going to be equal to this leg. Once this one finishes, we are still at the elementary stage of this one. We are just probably done with the A leg, and we are about commencing this B inside of this B leg. This is A black, this is B black. Now we are inside the B black. We are not done at all with it. We are still far away. But inside out of a B black, we are going to do 3 reds, which is A red, B red, and C red to finish B black. And now inside of the A leg, which is the red, A red, we may have finished A red, and we want to now start B red. And instead of the B red, we are going to do A blue, B blue, and a C blue. So when you know all those contusions and concussions and turnings and all of that that the price is going to make, you will now understand better why price moves the way it moves. Price is not going to move in a straight line, and it's going to confuse you when you don't know the pattern or what the price is doing. So I want to believe you understand. So, and when we do this, and after we have done this, we expect that the price is going to continue to fall. That is what we expect. We expect that price will continue to fall. This is going to take time. It's going to take time before price resumes to fall. Now, what we are trying to see is a situation whereby we still keep these. We may keep this, but again, we can see the momentum divergence here that is pushing price out of this zone, but, and it's an early thing that you'll see, and before price would make a U-turn. So we want to see how price is going to respect this in this area, probably breach it before it falls more. So that is what we are anticipating now. Let me use purple here. So that is what we are anticipating now. So now let me go into it again. This is a monthly cycle. So we are done with this count, 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4, and we just unfolding this. We're not done with it. And what we expect here is what I've just told you, a correction of a zigzag, which is in the making, A, a B, and a C, and that is what we're expecting. Now, let's look at this. This is pretty much a correction of this entire run that is due on the monthly. That's a correction that is due. This had finished itself, so we are seeing a correction, but the correction is now not complete. So if I go to the weekly, now, like I said, that this is end of A here, and we are seeing a B unfolding. So this looks like the beginning of, the end of A red of this B. If I may bring my drawing again. So not necessarily that it's going to come to this, like I told you, disregard the drawing that I was making on a larger time frame. It might not exactly be that. So all these things, probably we are seeing that A is truncating here. So the idea is what I want you to get. So the A might be truncating here. Now we most likely are seeing, the beginning of the B red. So a part of it is what we are seeing, which is A blue. And after A blue, we're going to come down to do B blue and a C blue and we are going to turn down again to finish this entire B, the entire B, which is B black, the entire B before we move up. So don't let me confuse you with mine. I just need this to explain to you how we want to navigate. So A black, if I may just bring that one, just to complete all that. So we have A black, B black, and a C black. So we are in the B black. We are done with A black. We are in the B black. And inside of the B black, we're going to do A red, B red, and a C red. And once we are done with the C red, we are going on to finish this as a wave, 5-wave count. Now, inside of the A red, I believe we may have finished the A red. You will see, I'm going to still, navigate and tell you that. So I believe we have finished the A red. I believe we have finished the A red, and we are doing, B red now, which is this one. And that also is going to be subdivided into 3, which is the A blue, B blue, and a C blue to finish this B red. And once we do that, we'll expect that this leg running here, after this one is completed, we are going to run down maybe 100 extension or 123 extension. So depending. So, but of course, once we know we complete this one, then we can know where this leg is going to terminate before we turn up again. So that knowledge is very, very important. So let me now go to where I want to teach you after establishing that theory now. So let me go in there. So looking at what we are seeing now, when you see candle this way, it's a corrective format. That is what is giving you. So if you are going to probably change trend, the area would have been at the top and the tail down. So that price begins to move to the downside. So it's more of a corrective format, which I believe we have finished A black, and we are doing a B black, which is still in the middle of it. Now, this week, that's 2 weeks in a row now, what we are seeing is the bulls are trying to correct. So I believe now we may have finished A red. Yes, which is, yes, we may have finished A red. We are navigating a B red. Now, where do we expect that this correction of a B should get to? We are expecting that the entire correction of this should not be more than anything between 38, 50, or 61.8 of this entire run to finish a B before we turn down to finish a C of that red. And that will now complete the black B for us to navigate and break above it, to have equal leg to break above it. So knowing that, at some point, you expect the price to change direction, and what signs you're going to pick at those levels that we expect price to change direction. So I believe price may be changing direction now after finishing A red to commence a B. So where are we going to, how do we navigate, how do we join this price to do a B of the red before we do a C of the red? So we want to enter price, but we know that when this price goes up, we don't expect it to break the top for now. It's going to do a correction inside of it, this correction, and move more downwards, probably do like a 50 to 61.8 of correction of this entire run. So that is what is expected, but not immediately. So there will be correction inside correction here as this one is coming down. So it's going to correct this entire run and do like that fib retracement that I just talked about 38 to 50, or if it's going to be deep like 50 or 61.8 before it turns more down. And by the time it's turning more down, then we would have expected it to have completed about a 50 of this entire run or a 61.8 of this entire run before price turn up again. So now let's go inside of a daily to see. Now, looking at the inside of a daily, this is where I want you to really see something. Inside of the daily here, let me bring my drawing. Now, inside of the daily, and you must be ready to see what price is doing and how it's changing. Looking at inside of the daily, we are seeing that we expect this to run in 3 waves. Wave 1 and wave 2, and we thought probably wave 3 is going to, the last wave is going to end here, but apparently that is not what we are seeing. The last wave probably had stalled here, and we may be going up to do a B of blue. Now, with what I said now, it looks now that the entire movement of red may have stalled here. So the entire movement of red may have stalled there, finishing this as a 5 wave. And we're going to see how this had finished as a 5 wave structure. Now, the first part of this wave is this, which is 1, and the second is this. This is the third part of it, and the fourth and the fifth that is truncated. So we're going to see that. If I may do it again for you to see, where the entire run is this, which is so, and if I'm going to break it down in blue now, we're going to break it down in blue. So what I'm saying is that this is the first move here. That's the first move there. And the second move, which is the second wave. And the third wave. And the fourth wave. And the fifth wave. That looks like the fifth wave. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is what we are seeing. Now, let's now go inside, because what I'm seeing now, the way price is going up, I think we are correcting the B of the red. So we are correcting B of the red. How far is going to go? So we are going to see. So now I'll be taking some stuff out on a lower time frame for you to see, to understand, so that I don't mess up. So 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. We are done. Most likely we are done with this. If we're not done, we'll see. The price action we get here and the mode of movement of price here will tell us if this one is still coming down immediately before it, if indeed it has ended B ended this A, and that we are now seeing the beginning of a B to the upside in the red. So we need to confirm that. We need to see, and that's where I'm going now. Let me go inside of a 4-hour time frame. Inside of the 4-hour time frame, so if you look again at this, and this is where I want you to see something, you will notice that this actually, the first wave here actually came down in 5 waves, which is 1, 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5. So it came down in 5 waves. And after this one came down in 5 waves, we saw this as a move. Like, to me, it's like the 4th wave of the big correction. So this is the first wave, which is 1 and a 2. A 2 here marks the beginning of the 3rd wave for this. And inside of this, finishing the 5th of the 3rd wave. That's what I will say here. This is the 5th of the 3rd wave. Then we now have a 4 and a 5. A 4 and a 5. Then you will now have this correction, this move to the upside, and the price began to also fall to finish the 3rd wave. And I believe this is the 3rd wave of this run, the 1st and the number 2 and the 3rd wave. And this may now be wave 4, and wave 5 may have ended here. We are going to look more closely to see how this thing has played out. We are going to look more closely to see the way it has played out, because we have to count, correctly to see how it has played out. Some may regard this as a W. Some may see this as an X and a Y. So a WXY to have finished that correction of wave 2, WXY to have finished the correction of a wave 2, and now this one has started the beginning of what? A wave 3. And looking at this wave 3, you may say these had gone up also in 3-wave formats. This is 1, 2, and a 3. So this is the correction in between to give you a lead to buy to this point. So if that is indeed A, this may be B, and this a C of that wave 4. And this is looking more like a wave 5, which is truncated. That is what I'm seeing here. If I may go again over it on this time frame, wave 1 completed, then wave 2 in itself, you can say it's W, X, Y, or A, B, C, which is W, X, Y, really, because it's WXY format, because this one actually ran the first wave, and you see a correction, a triad, just like an A, B, and a C to buy this. Then we have an X, which went down and broke structure to the downside. And again, we have a C or a Y. And the old structure here forms like an expanded or extended triangle, flat, because when you look at the A, the whole of this as an A or W, B went below this, and C also broke structure above here. So that makes it, an expanding flat or expanding triangle. So that is what it gave us before we now begin to do a wave 3 to the downside. And inside of a wave 3 to the downside, you can see this one as a 1 of it, and ABC, which is a running flat here, you know, a 1, and ABC, a running flat to finish a wave 5 here. Oh, sorry, a wave 5 of 3 here. So the whole of wave 3 is finished here. And this is a correction. Of course, we are inside the correction. This is a correction. Then to now do a 4 may be seen as the first one moved up. You know, we have also another extended triangle here, expanded triangle or extended triangle here, which is, you know, here the B broke structure above and the C broke structure above. So you see that they like doing extended triangle most of the time to take off traders, because extended triangle is one of those triangles that are used to break your head when you don't know what. So because you think that the price is already moving upwards and that you are not expecting the price to come down and break structure again. So when they break the structure above, you see you think they are going up. They come down, they break it to the downside again, you are confused, maybe they are going down again, and they change it. So you should expect that from now, if you're a good student here, you should know that when you know the direction of the trade and what the trade is doing, always expect that when price move, is it moving, you know, your B wave or your X wave, you know, because it might be a WXY or an ABC. Look at your B wave, look at your X wave to see if it's between what agrees with an extended triangle or expanded triangle or expanded flat, you know, extended flat, any way you want to see. If it's going to be an extended flat, of course, it's going to, you know, probably retrace not more than 161.8 of the previous wave, which is A or a W. So it's not going to probably be more than 161.8. And when you get a price action at that level and you want to probably, you know, sell or buy, as the case may be, know that you should be expecting that, you know, the order trade is going to be, you know, a retracement of this entire 1.23 or 123 extension of the previous immediate wave, which is like the B, the C is going to be 123 of it, or the X, the Y is going to be 123 of it. So now, these may have finished with 5, that means with 3, okay, with 3 here. And we said this may have finished with 4. Now, if this one had finished with 4, does the structure look like that? If you think that from here to here finished completely with 4, so if it's with 4 that has finished here, are you saying that this is with 5? Even if you think that this is with 5 and has finished with 5, and you think this is 1 of wave 5, this cannot be a 2 of wave 5 for you to have a 3 of wave 5, because a 2 of wave 5 shouldn't actually break here. You don't expect it to break wave 2 will not break wave 1. So because these are broken wave 1, then it is still part of the correction. That's what I'm saying. I hope you understand my thought. If you think that this is wave 3, which has ended, we said wave 1, wave 2, and wave 3 has ended here, and you think that all of this is wave 4, and you expect to see more than to finish a wave 5, okay? And if this whole structure is wave 4 and it's ended, then you should expect that, oh, the first wave that is finishing 5 should be 1, and the second wave should be 2. If they decide to run a triad, which is a 3-wave correction, but it shouldn't break wave 1. Because it broke wave 1, it's still part of correction. So they had made it a more complex correction. That is what I'm trying to say here. They made it a more complex correction. So this is not wave 1 of 5, and this is not wave 2 of 5. So as a matter of fact, what they did, you know, to 5 here is similar to what you saw here when we were coming down. You know, when we're coming down here and they finish with 3 here, and they use this one to finish with 4 of the bigger structure, they just went up and finished with 5 as an impulse. And it ran 5-wave structure. If you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you go to 1 hour time frame, you will see it more. I can't do that now. So, but it's like a 5-wave structure and it ended there. So you won't see, you know, because it's an impulse, you won't see, oh, breakdown and all those, you know, except you go to the lower time frame. That's when you now see a 2 here and, you know, a 3 and a 4, maybe on a 1 hour time frame, and a 5, and they finished and they turned down immediately. So this sharp movement here finished with 5, but it is not truncated because it's impulsive from the beginning to up here, you know, from the beginning. Where's the beginning now? Yeah, from the beginning, which is somewhere around here. Yeah, from the beginning here, 1, a 2, and a 3, a 4. And after a 4 here, the internal structure of 3 finished here, and this is a 4 here, and impulse, and they finished it there. So now the way they finish with an impulse here, 5 here, to turn down, that I believe they are done here to finish an impulse, and we are coming up. So if this is going to be part of 2, it shouldn't have it has broken above it. Now you can see it has broken above it now. So I believe that they have started with B of that red. I hope I'm not losing you. I believe they are. So let's come to this again. This is 4. They make this one a triad, an A, B, C as a W here. And they came down to do A, B here, or an X here. For this with 4, and they came and they truncated 5 here as C. So we can say this is A and a B, and this is truncated. So when this was seen here, and a momentum candle on the 4 hour could have suggested that maybe they want to turn down. Now that's how to actually look at it. They want to turn down, and they came down. Even if this had, you know, if this had gone up and this had formed like a 50 or a 60, and you have expected at like 100, the 100 may probably push a bit more above this structure here. But if you had been counting the structure in between, which oftentimes they try to manipulate structure, they truncated 5 here and they store around here. So this structure, the first candle here may have signified, oh, maybe they want to move up. Do you understand? And if you had placed your sell somewhere around here, you would have sold to exit around the break of this structure, and now they are moving up. So for me, when I believe that this is A of 4, and this is B of 4, and this is C of 4, and this had finished with 5 completely. This finished with 5, just the way they finish with 5 here, with an impulse, they finish with an impulse. And unfortunately, you know, they started as if they are correcting with 2 here. But I knew that, let's see what they are doing. I knew that they have started another structure, you know, that is with 1 and with 2 and with 3 and with 4, with 5. Now they are correcting down now. So I believe if you want to catch anything now of this B, is there anything you want to catch for this B wave, is going to be the wave 2 is coming down. So let's see it. If it corrects itself downward, then you should know that that is wave 2 of, or with B of this move to the upside, because we are finished with A, which is red. We are doing with B in the red. So if we're going to do it with B in the red, probably we're going to have A blue, B blue, and C blue. So, but now the best thing we need to do is to join this as it corrects down. So you must be able to navigate this correction to the downside and plot the end of it probably at the break of this structure here, around this area, around this area, the low here, this is what you should be targeting to sell. And you will be, to buy, you will be expecting it not to break the low. That's about, you are about 50 pips, or 60 pips. So that is what you can do, but you have to read it correctly as it's coming down. Now, if I bring my things that change here now, so let me just do away with this. Let me do away with these lines. Let me do away with those lines, because too much lines will confuse you. But those lines, when they were drawn, they were used to actually to count wave and to see what exactly we are doing. Now, I don't need this because a structure had completely finished itself around this area. So that's what I believe. The A red is finished. And now this had finished its. You can see that if you tell yourself you want to trade channels, for those who are reading channels and all of that, I think it's about when you understand the structure and the wave pattern, that is what you need. Some people will say, oh, this is double bottom. And when you think it's double bottom, that the price is going up and up, you think, oh, it's double bottom, price is going to break the top and all of that. It's not like that. It's not like that. It's about structure first. What structure are you looking at? So, and it's not about channels. You see the way it broke these channels, and you are expecting a retest at the edge of these channels for it to for it to bounce up, and they came all the way down, to do this, and they are breaking it again. Okay, what do you think they are doing? Oh, they are breaking this channel again. They broke it here, they broke it here. Now they will re-enter here, but they are following structure. They are not following your channels. That's one thing you must understand. They are not. So you are using these to just, when you understand how to use your channels at times, you use your channels, the trend line and the trend, your trend lines to probably tell you on time that you are losing momentum and structure probably is about changing. That is what probably you just get from there, nothing more. That's what you get from there. I think, oh, momentum is being lost, and we are getting divisions, we are getting these, and so price is burning down, it's slowing down. That is what you get from there. I want to show us something also. Because let's bring out our RSI to really understand what we are saying here. To understand what we are saying here. Let's look at RSI. Let's look at RSI. Now, like I said this here marks the end of the third wave. And this is 4, A, B, and a C, and this is 5. Now, did we see a deviation? I think we did. If this is 3, you can see that the low of the 3 wave, the third wave, is really down. And so you can now see that the low of the 5th wave, even though it broke slightly, the structure of this is not at equal level, but there's that deviation that we are seeing, which also agrees on the 4-hour with what is expected between wave 3 and 5. That's another way of confirming. So it still confirms that is what we are seeing here. You can see that divergence there. So that's the divergence. So for your 3 and for your 5. So this is 5, in my own opinion. Now this had gone sharply. They started building momentum gradually. So that is what I want us to know. you need to do that from time to time. Even if you look at the way it has formed with when the price was coming down here sharply, the first wave here. So that's where you got the most low. Can you see here? For wave 1, and this is for wave 2, the height of wave 2 here, and wave 3 here, and wave 4, and wave 5. A clear divergence there. So we can see. So it still agrees with what I think. Now, like I told you when I was trying to also explain that, you know, in your mind, at times you tell yourself, okay, if this is actually wave 4 and this is wave 2, what exactly is this? Are they playing on your intelligence or whatever? So because what you expect, this is going to break. So I don't need this. I don't need this. Now, what you expect is that if this had been wave 2 and this is wave 3, this wave 4 should not go beyond 38.2, right? Now, if you do that and you come here, and you come here and you do this, you now tell yourself, at this level, even at this level, is over 50. What is the meaning of that? You ask yourself, what's the meaning of that? Is that wave 4? No, you say it's not wave 4. But you can know that in a corrective format, there are overlaps and all of that. But what again can help you is to go to the first wave 2, which is here, of this move, when it's an impulse of this move, which is that ran entire 5 waves to the downside, which ended here, before we saw the first correction of A and a B and a C. So this first correction, in fact, you can even say, you can even say that this is 3 and this is 4. And of course, you can say this is 5 anyway. So I think it's A, B, C, or W, X, Y, which is correct. It's more correct. Like this one has finished 5 and W, X, Y because of this expanded flat that we have here. So it's more of W, X, Y here. That's what we saw here in W, X, Y. In W, X, Y. So, which is 1 and a 2 and a 3 to finish the wave. Then before we started the inside of wave 3, which we ended here. I think one of my videos, I was telling us that this has pulled beyond 161.8. So it cannot be, so they just made it a very wicked correction, and which was wave 3 that they ended here, and a 4, A, B, C. Now, before I lose you, I said, correcting from wave 2, what you think is the wave 2 correction here has pulled beyond 50. So, but you would have taken this wave as the first 2 here. So if you push to where the first 2 is, which is at this level, yes, at that level, now it would have now fallen exactly at 38. So the price exactly reacted at 38. Because you have to know, if you are doing a corrective format, you have to know where we are, because this to this is not wave 2 here. Even though you are thinking that, oh, this is first wave, second wave, third wave, fourth wave, and the 5th wave. In your mind, like I said, from here down is the first wave, the second wave, the third wave, the 4th wave, and the last one. Now, in your mind, you will know that this second wave that you call second wave is not even up to 50 retracement. You must know that. Let's look at it. The price came from here to this level, which is here. So this is at 40. And it didn't reach 50, you can see here. So you must know that it is not exactly, it played like as if it's 4th wave here to this entire move. That's the way it played out. It played as if it's the fourth wave to this entire run. But this is wave 2 of it really here. So when you now take this as wave 2, knowing that we are in a correction, knowing that we're in a correction, it's not going to fall, like that. So you take this wave 2 to actually read what is happening around here for wave 3 to 2 here, and it fell kindly at 38 points. So I need to show you all this stuff that you must know. Because you look at price action, you look at RSI, you look at structures, you look at your wave count, you look at so many things before you begin to see, okay, I believe this is the direction. What I don't expect to happen here, based on what I've told you, I don't expect price to break this structure to the downside again. I don't expect that. I don't expect that. But what structure is going to give us here? Is it going to start the beginning of this wave as of this B wave in the red as a 5-way structure that is going to probably come down, do a 61.8, go, wave 3 and all of that? If that happens, that is going to be quite impulsive. And if that happens, it's going to break above here. See, the entire correction here, did span how many pips? Did span about 500 pips, and we are not done yet. So if he is going to do that, he's going to do a 2 to the downside and go up, it's going to be quite a bigger structure that will break above, and I don't expect that. I believe that we may be seeing the end of A blue and want to pick a B blue to do a C blue and turn down again. That is what I think I'm seeing here. So now, from where currently the structure is, if I may just push down a bit and just write where exactly that structure is, good. This is where the structure is. If I turn this one into blue for now, so I'm dealing with blue and blue. So the blue here and the blue here, where do we think this thing should not go beyond? Or where do we expect it? We are expecting that the entire correction should fail around this area. We are expecting that this entire correction should fail around this area. Should fail around this area, which is 50. I don't need this anymore. Okay, should I leave it? Let me just break it. Let me just break it. So I don't need this anymore. Good, I don't need that anymore. So these are the areas we expect at this entire structure to run to before we turn down again. So these are the levels I expect the entire structure to run to before we turn down, but definitely not more than here. And if it goes up like that, it's going to be very deep. Not more than 80, 85. Not more than 85. That will be the last place. If that place is taken, that means we don't expect price at 1.09600. We don't actually expect price there. That'll be the last place. But for the kind of correction we are expecting, I think these are the areas we should expect: 50 and 61.8. It has broken 23. It's almost at, I thought we are probably going to get the first reaction to come down around 38, 40 to come down and then push towards 60, but we'll see how it runs now. So what am I saying? I'm saying that this may have marked the A blue, the B blue, and the C blue is going to run. Then after that, we would have completed the B red. We're now going to turn down. And when we are turning down from here, then we'll now be looking at, oh, the distance here to here should be equal to distance here down. So that's what we'll get there gradually. We'll get there gradually. So this to me is with 5 and has ended like I told us. And if this one has just been the first leg of 5, you look at the way price is breaking structure. Let's go inside of 1 hour to see. I'm teaching us something because at times we don't know what price is doing. We don't know what price is doing. These had formed 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. They used all this as a correction, to trap people. They were trapping people, and all of a sudden they just came up and broke. This structure has been broken. So you can see that this structure, because it has been broken for me, I know that the direction of movement has shifted to the upside. And I'm not expecting, it could happen, but I'm not expecting price to break structure here again for now. I'm not expecting. I expect this one to correct down. Then we are going to, I'm going to wait for price to probably do a small correction upside, come down to a level that I can look for a short buy, and you are going to risk minimum and to go to C. That is what you're going to do. Now, when you are looking at this structure in itself and say, okay, oh, you thought that this had run like 5 waves. That's just a thing. So in this wave, we saw a wave 1. After this correction here, okay, this is A, like I talked about, A and a B and a C, and this was truncated. You can see that they do that a whole lot. You must understand the structure you are seeing here. This is not part of 1, and this is not 2, because it won't break it above if it's 2. Now, what they did here, after they did an extended flat here, I think I showed you this last week, that A, B, and a C to run an extended flat here. And this one went up and they did this, and this is A and this is B. And you are expecting that, oh, this and this is going to be equal to break above. And it would have violated with 4 format up there. If you had known how to read it, probably you know that this is an area they must not break, which is, I put this red then, they must not break it. So what they did, they truncated this wave, after running like 1 and a 2, which is correct here. And they did, okay, this is 1 and a 2, and part of 3, 2 of 3, 3 and a 4 and a 5. This is a 5 where they truncated this also. They did 4 and they truncated 5 here. So that is what they did here. So they did 4 and they truncated 5. This is part of 3. So 4 and a 5. They truncated, and they now start to move down. And this is the first wave, 1 and a 2. So if you plot it, it should be around 50. That's it there. So you can see that's a 50. So which is good for wave 2. So wave 1, wave 2, and this is wave 3 that was quite long. A wave 4 was short, around 1 point something, and the wave 5, they finished the whole of wave 5. And they now started this as if they are messing with your head. Now, if you even think that they were going to do wave 4 and they have not finished, stylishly, they were breaking structure and you don't know. Because if you think, oh, they are finished, this is the whole entire structure is wave 1, it won't be except in a very impulsive way, manner. That is when you now see, oh, maybe the entire structure is here is wave 1. No, it's old of wave 5 and they have finished it. Now, what will tell you again, it's if you regard this as 2 and you regard this as the end of a particular wave, then if you come here, peak here, I'm teaching us something, please. From that to this place. Oh, you are telling yourself, are they going to do, after they finished with 4 and 5 here, are they going to do 4 in the bigger and finish 5? Is that what you are thinking? Structure must not be broken. So the first broke 1.46 stylishly, or 0.446, 23, they broke it. They came here, they broke 38, they broke 40 here. At this level, this is where they broke 40. After breaking 40, you should know that this is not child's play. They have finished this wave completely. After breaking 40 here, this is 40 here. After breaking it with this wick here, just know that they have finished that wave and this thing is going up. I knew on Friday that they are going to go up after breaking 40. Though I didn't enter, I wanted to, I want to confirm the direction before I, plot what I'm going to do to enter. That was what I did. So, when it's still messy like this, walking sideways, I don't want to be there. I'm not God to know what is in their mind, because before you know it, they might say, okay, they want to make this one a 2 and go more down. But they have to break structure before I know, oh, they have broken the structure, it cannot be a 2. So even though this one had run, I thought, oh, 5 is finished. And stylishly, they broke the limit of what 4. You might think, oh, they are going to do 4 in the bigger and now run 5. They didn't do that. Stylishly, they broke 50. Slightly, they broke 61.8. After breaking 61.8, I knew something is, you would think, oh, the way this one came down impossibly, oh, they cannot erase it. And they broke 7.6 and they broke 8.5. After breaking 8.5, there is nothing more. So this one cannot be a wave 2. They broke 90. This one cannot be a wave 2 again. So it's another structure. It is another structure. That is what I'm saying. It's another structure. And they broke the top. It's another structure. That A wave to me is dead. The A wave correction to the downside is dead and it has finished at this point. That is what I'm saying. So it has finished for me at this point. The A wave had finished for me at that point. So that is what I'm telling us. So it has finished for me at this point. Now, has this one gone up as a wave 5? What are we going to see? Yeah, it may have gone up like a wave 5 to you, because this is like a 1 and a 2. And you can't say, is this a 3 and a 5? You may want to assume like that. But I think this is like a 3-wave format that it has gone up, because you can't call, even if you think that this is where the limit of 2 here, and what would you call this one? Let's see. If your limit of 2 is here, and the price did this to react exactly here. Now, this is at 38. This is at 38. Once it breaks this level of price, knowing that you are in for a correction, it's more of a correction. That's what you should be expecting. Once it breaks this level, this is 40. That's 40. So once it breaks that level to the downside, inside correction already. That's what I'm telling you. So that means this old wave is done and dusted. That means this will now be A blue. So I want to confirm that that is A blue. And so we are waiting for us to confirm that that is A blue. We want to confirm that that is A blue. We need to confirm that this is A blue and that we want to see B blue, and we want to join at B blue. We want to join at B blue. So, and if we are going to join at B blue, we should be expecting a correction, you know, probably around this area of the entire run. Between, it's just slightly outside now. Let's just have a rough idea. So entire run between 50 and 61.8. These are the areas I want to see reaction, but I would like to, you know, come more down. Actually, I would like to come more down and look for my buy around this area, not a shallow area there. And where I don't want price to, you know, break coming down is this area of 90. In this case, it's not going to be 85 because it's a correction of a B and it's going to be three-wave. So it's going to be a three-wave format. So that's the last place I don't want price to break. So price may do anything in between here. So we'll be looking for where price may probably retest and go back up. That's what I'm saying. So this looks like a complete wave. And what we confirm, once this one is taken to the downside, it has completed it that, oh, this is not a five-wave format and this whole wave is complete. So this could have just been a wave 1 and a 2 and a 3, and to finish that one as a triad, to understand. So I don't see this one as a 5-wave. It could be a 5, no, because the third wave cannot be the shortest, because from here to here, this actually is much longer. So it's more like a 3-wave format to me. That's what I'm saying now here, except that, yeah, it's going to be, a 3-wave format. And it's going to be 3-wave also, which one, this one is going to run like a 3-wave too. So let's see how this one is going to break structure here, run as a 3-wave to come to this side. And the last wave of C will be 5-wave to, you know, navigate up. So this is the area I'll be looking at. But more precisely, to be more precise, and I want to probably look for, you know, where the area of price action on the higher time frame, area of price action on the higher time frame, if you ask me, area of on the higher time frame, you know, I'll be looking at this area really around this area. But let me go to the daily to see what I can see here on the daily. On the daily now, these are the areas I can look for price on the daily. You know, when you look at this week here and the price action here, you know, where the limits are here, I might be looking at those areas. Let me just use purple for where I think I may be looking for price. I may be looking for price more in this area if I use purple. I use purple. So I may be looking for price more in that area. Then if I go inside of a weekly, what would weekly? Because weekly support can also be of help. Weekly support will take me down. Can price move so much down? Because the weekly support is actually here. That's weekly support. Price does not look like it's going to, let's see. If I clone this, the weekly support, I think price is out of that. This is weekly support here. The weekly support is there. That's where price is. So we know this is weekly support. This is daily support up. Weekly support and daily support. So this is weekly, this is daily support. This is weekly support. Okay. I think that may actually help. That may actually help. So let's be watching around this area, but it is not just because I do that. Let's be watching for price action around this area. Anything around this area. Let's be watching for price action around that area. So we should be watching for price action around that area to buy. But we are going to see the manner this one is going to be correcting down. So that's what we are saying now. So this is the weekly support. This is the daily support. And that's the area we are looking at now. That's the area as prices. So I don't expect price to breach here in terms of what I just did. I don't expect price to breach here. So it's more or less in between this rate and this area B. So if you're going to take your risk, knowing what price should not do based on structure and price action, you are taking like about 50 pips. Even if you are buying from here, it's about 50 pips risk that you're taking. So once price breaks this red line, then price is going to break down again. So that's the meaning of that. So, but we need to see price movement first. We need to see price movement first. We need to see. This is divided also into how many waves? Except this had not finished itself, but the way it's correcting to the downside is quite sharp. So I believe the wave had completed itself like 1 and a 2 and a 3. So that has finished A. So we need to see this also correcting, like it's going to be 3-wave format. It can be zigzag, it can be anything to the downside, but these are the areas we want to look for a buy. I won't be looking for a sell immediately to break this structure. So I'll be looking for a B to C, and after that, we are not going to come down and break this structure. So we must know what price is giving us. We must know what price is giving us. So I think that marks the end. I think, again, let me just also tell us what we can do to know if price is on its last turn before moving up. So when you come here and you lay 4 to 4, you lay 4 to 4. Now, what I did here now, I may be taking more time. What I did here now is to tell you that once price breaks this, it's telling you it's done with the first movement here. Breaking this on the 1 hour tells you it's on its second movement. And the third swing is what you must be prepared for, because you don't know when it's going to do that. So if you set an alert here and it breaks above, you know it's done with this immediate. So from the 4 to 4, that's what for on the 4 hour structure, 4 hour and 4 hour, and they break out of here on the 1 hour. Yeah, on the 1 hour. So even if you go to do it now, yeah, I think it's good like this. On the 1 hour, if it breaks above here, just know that the B part of this immediate structure, because now you can now say that on the 1 hour, if this is on its B on the 4 hour, on the 1 hour, this is going to now be maybe A, you can call it A yellow, B yellow, and a C yellow to finish B blue before you turn up. Yeah, that's what we are looking for now. So we want to see that this wave is done. When it's done, it's going to break here. It's going to break here. So you can say, you can label it on 1 hour that Euro USD is breaking into B on 1 hour time frame. So when that happens, when you see that breaking into B or on 1 hour time frames, then you know that, okay, then you should be getting ready to pick your low. So to pick your low as the price completes its move, up, you are going to still draw probably another trend up there to see once that trend is broken. So you immediately look for your C to plot your C. C down to move up. I believe you understood all that I've said, and that marks the end of today's training. Thank you. Please subscribe to this channel, like, and comment.